Okay, I have the VOSMEP UFO-998 solar powered or USB powered air purifier and humidifier, and a aromatherapy machine. Now I'd just like to point out straight away that you don't just have to use it via solar panel on top if you don't like solar panel devices. You can also use it via USB. Now I'm going to go into all the specs of what it's capable of, what it does, and then I will tell you what's included in the packet, what's included in the box. Then I'll show you it turned on. Then lastly, I'll give you my opinions on it. I'll also occasionally refer to another aromatherapy machine that I reviewed previously to sort of compare the difference, and they are reasonably similar priced as well. Anyway, let's begin. It is available in lots of different colours. This, as you can see, is black and silver, and it is appropriately model numbered UFO-998, and you can see why, and I'll show you it closer up to the camera so you can get a better look, but it is very sort of flying saucer shaped. The colours are black, which is this one, black and silver, or there's blue, there's red, there's white, and lastly there's one they call gold, but from the photographs on their site it looks more like orange to me. It's an ion purifier, also aromatherapy machine as well. It is for effectively sterilising the air. It removes odours, it's deodorising, it removes dust from the air, it removes formaldehyde, it removes all sorts of toxic gases, it will remove PM 2.5, I don't know much about that, but it will remove it, and it will remove other harmful gases. It uses ultrasonic vibrations, it maintains a high humidity, it produces natural negative ions which can treat or at least help alleviate some symptoms of some illnesses such as bronchitis, and it helps you in other ways. It's good for your health, it helps the immune system, helps your nervous system, all sorts. It is really, really good. And it has a low power consumption. It is very low power, so it won't use up much electricity, especially if you have it, say, plugged into your car or whatever. It is about 0.6 watts or less, and has effective coverage area of up to 20 square meters, so it covers a decent area as well. As I mentioned, you can use it completely wirelessly as long as it has some sort of solar charge. As you can see at the moment, there's no wires plugged into it, but you can, if you don't want to use that or it runs out, you can use a 5-volt USB. So it comes included in the box. In the box there is included a USB cable. You can use other USB cables. It doesn't have to be a proprietary one. It's just a standard small USB end. And you can plug that into something like a desktop computer, a laptop, a wall USB charger, a car charger, and a car USB charger, which there is one amazingly really good. This is a nice bonus. It is included as well. It has multiple duration settings. It has 3 different durations you can click it onto. It has puff out for 3 seconds, turn off for 3 seconds, and repeat. Or puff out for 10 seconds, then stop for 3 seconds, then repeat. Or you can have it working continuously for a whole hour. But then that is it. It will cut off after an hour. Then you have to either turn it back on yourself or fill it up if it needs it, whatever. I tend to use the 1 hour setting. I think that's quite good. It's very lightweight and compact. It is 180 grams. It is very lightweight and compact. The previous aromatherapy machine I reviewed before, in a way I like the look of it a bit better. It was kind of like a wood finish with these sort of soft pulsating lights on top, which this doesn't have. But it was bigger, so it wasn't really compact. It wasn't really as portable, though it wasn't too big. But it had to be plugged in via a standard wall plug, a sort of mains electric plug. You couldn't plug into various USB things, so it made it less portable and convenient. It had a slightly bigger water tank. It could hold 160 millilitres, but this can hold 100 millilitres, so it's not much off. I was thinking before I checked that the other one was 250 or something, but it's not. This is 100 and it was 160, so it's pretty similar size capacity there of the water tank. So really the only thing that this doesn't have is the pulsating lights, which you can live without. In fact, I don't think it's a big deal. It just makes it look a little nicer. But it had to be plugged into main electric. You couldn't plug it, say, into your car or into a computer or whatever. So it was less compact, you know, less portable and less convenient if you like went out somewhere. If you wanted to plug it into your car or whatever, of course you couldn't. This one, it even comes included in the box with a USB car adapter, so you can plug it into the electric cigarette lighter slot in your car and use it in your car if you wanted. And it makes it very portable, or you don't even need to because it has a solar panel, so you could just take it wirelessly with you. So it's really, really good. I actually do prefer this one. Another thing I'd like to point out is the other one didn't have any settings for how much you wanted it to puff out. Now by that I mean, in a minute you'll see the smoke, the fog come out of it. Now on the other one it was very, very weak, very subtle, and you can have it like that on this one, or you can actually have it really puff out very strong, which I prefer. But you couldn't do that with the other one. It's very subtle, which it might be alright for some people, but if you want it stronger, you couldn't have it stronger on the other one. You can have it strong on this one, which is really, really good. So overall, this is definitely a better machine. Its humidification amount is about 12 milliliters an hour. In the box is included, of course, the machine itself that you can see there on the right, an oil flask, a USB charger cable, a car charging jack, and instructions. And there's actually a couple other things that you may or may not get. Now, the reason I say that is because what I've just listed out, purifier, oil flask, charging cable, car charger, and instructions, is all that is listed on the product page on Amazon. But I actually got a couple other things included in the box. I actually got some oils, and I don't know what kind of oils they are because it has Chinese writing on it. There's no English writing on it, so it could be any oils at all. I'm not sure what oil it is, but according to the product page on Amazon, it's not included. There is no oils included in the box, but yeah, I got some. So that's something to bear in mind. You might get lucky, you might get some oils included in the packaging, but then again, you might not. So don't count on getting it. Look at it as if you're not going to get any and buy some separately, okay? But you might get lucky and actually have some in the box. There's also like a rubbery kind of plasticky thing, and it doesn't say what it is, but I think it's a little, I haven't really tried it, but I think it's a little flap to put on top to protect the solar panel when you're not using the solar charging, when you're not charging it via the solar panel. And it costs about £25, so it's reasonably priced. The other one, I think when I first reviewed it, is around £30. He has gone down to around 18 or 19 now, but still, he was more expensive, I believe, if I remember rightly. It's been a while. But anyway, this one is nice and affordable. He is under 30, he's £25 or £24.99. I'm not going to show you the whole box. Basically, it says it's got safety precautions, it is safe. It's an aromatherapy and purifier machine that supports essential oils. And it's energy saving, and it definitely is. There is the oils. Like I say, I have no idea what it is, and you might not get them. Now this you should get. It's the USB charger for the car. As you can see, it plugs into the electronic cigarette lighter bit. Then you plug the regular USB cable like you'd use on, say, the computer or wherever else you're plugging it into. One end into that, then the big end into this. Pretty standard. I'm sure you'll figure it out yourself anyway. It has what they call a water flask, basically a little water bottle you can fill up with water so you can pour it in there when you need it. I'll show you the area that goes into, and so does the oils. I'll show you the little flap it's got. It's really obvious. On it says water anyway. Now this is the thing I was mentioning that they don't tell you about, and it's in a little bit of plastic here. It's a round rubbery thing, very soft and bendable and squishy. I think it just covers the solar panel bit if you don't want to use it, or if you're going to not use it for a while, you can cover it up so it don't get scratched. I think that's what it is. I haven't actually tried it, but I think that's what that is. It does have instructions both in English and Chinese. Now I'm going to reposition this in a minute and have the camera more pointing down on it so you can see the top, because I don't want to tilt it up because it has fluid in it, it has water and oils in it. So if I lift it up, it might damage it, so try to keep it flat. I haven't seen that in the instructions I can remember, but anyway, just to be on the safe side, I recommend all these, and the other one did say it. Make sure you keep it flat, because if you tilt it up, the water might get into the other parts of the machine. So I'm going to leave this down like this. I'm going to turn it on to show you it actually work, and then the mist coming up. Then I'll cut away, turn the camera up, and I'll show you the buttons, etc. on it then. Here's the big power button. I hope you can see that there's a big misty stream coming up, and the mist is coming up about, I think about that high. It is quite high and it is quite thick. It might not show on camera. In fact, I'm trying to refocus. You might just see it on camera. I can't tell on this small screen, but there's a little hole there where mist comes out of, and that is quite strong. I'm here seeing it in real life, even if it don't look like it on the camera. Here in real life, that is a strong mist. Now on the other one I reviewed by a different company, that you could barely see it even with your own eyes. But you can see it with your own eyes here in real life. You can see it really, really clear, which is good. Nice strong mist, and you can change the setting. You can lower it, make it higher. In fact, that's up here called heat. The light called heating, which is basically the strength. For some reason, it's a bad translation. It says heating, but the strength there is this one. Very weak burst now, very weak, but still very seeable. There's a stronger burst there now. There you go. There is various LEDs here. I'll show you in a minute. Over here is a little hole here. That is for the USB. The small USB end goes in here. This is not a very good angle I have on it here, because I've tried zooming out. I've tried tilting the camera as much as I can. It's going to be quite hard to show you without tilting it too much, so I'll try my best to show you. But basically over here you have a power LED, which would be red to show you have power when you have it turned on. A green light here that says heating, and that basically means strength. I don't know why they call it heating. 1H light, a 10S light, and a 3S light. And what that means is if it's on the continuous 1 hour burst, then it will have a light next to 1H. If you got it 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 3 seconds off, it will be on the 10S. Then if you're doing 3 seconds on, 3 second off burst, the light will be on the 3S instead. Now here is a hole where the mist comes out. Then over here, I'm trying to show you it without tilting it too much, but there's a heat button. That is for the strength, how strong a burst you want. Time, and time changes to 1 hour, 10 seconds, 3 seconds there. So time is to change the duration. Then power on and off. Now up here, I'm not sure if you can see it, it says water. Then it has a little flap, and you take off that flap, and that's where you fill the water tank with water and oils. Then you cover it back over with this little flap. Water tank there with a little flap. Now here is the solar charger. So this is the solar charging plate where it gets its solar energy from. I'm not sure if it shows on camera, but there is that little hole there, a little port. That's a USB port for charging if you're not using the solar panel, or if it runs out, there's a port there. So what do I think of it? Absolutely great. I am really, really, really pleased with it. I expected much less. I expected it to basically be like the other one, which put out however much of a stream, and fog and mist. That was it. Maybe with some glowing lights. This one doesn't have the glowing lights if that's what you want for whatever reason, but it's not a big deal. I like what this has. I prefer having the strength setting more and the solar panel more than I like the lights on the other one anyway. I like how this one has a strong burst you can turn it on to, whereas the other one had a weak burst. And if you only ever want to use weak burst, the other one is fine like that, I suppose. But also the other one you can only plug into mains power. This one you plug into various USB devices such as computers or USB chargers, or the car using an adapter that is actually included free in the box. It's just so flexible, this. Solar panel if you need it, or if not, it's USB powered. You don't have to use mains power. You have a strength setting, you have a timer setting. It has a 100 milliliter tank, which isn't much less than the other one. It is just so portable, compact, flexible, decent price, or very good price. Like I say, I've seen quite a few others that cost a lot more than this, or at least a little bit more than this, that do less. This one I am really impressed with. Most don't have solar panels, this does. Some don't have a strength setting, this does. I am really just pleased with how portable and flexible this is. It is the best of the two, and the best of many I've actually looked up on Amazon. This is really, really good. I do really, really strongly recommend it. And if for some reason you don't like the dark black, you prefer a bit more colour, they have loads of colours. Blue, white, orange, all sorts. It's red as well, just really, really good. Of course, if you want to be more subtle, this black one, being black with just a little bit of silver, blends in nicely into the environment, so it's not noticeable or not as noticeable. So it depends what you want, but this is a really, really good product. A really, really good humidifier and aromatherapy machine. This is really good. It also helps your skin as well. Not sure if I mentioned that earlier. It helps with the skin because it puts some humidity in the air, so your skin ain't going to dry out. So it has lots of purposes. Really good, good price, good product. Love it. I really, really strongly recommend it. A link will be in the description along with this video on YouTube to its product page on Amazon. Please like and comment on this video, and if you could do me a huge favour and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it just takes a few seconds and will help me out a lot. Also, if you're watching this as a review on the Amazon product page, if you could do me a favour and hit the useful or helpful button along with this review on the Amazon product page, that would help me out a lot too. Thanks for watching.